So wait, how did you see him out in the thing?
So I was parking, and then Royce was hanging outside with a couple other comics, and then I was like, "Yo, I'm about to record my podcast." Oh, matter of fact, because we were supposed to do it last week, but what happened last Sunday? You couldn't do it, right, or something like that. You couldn't do it last week because remember we recorded at Gas or some shit. Remember we. Oh.
We didn't have a third microphone.
That made me really self-conscious about it. I was like, I knew Lawrence didn't like me. I knew it.
No, it was totally my fault because I didn't have a third mic, and I was like, shit, because now we're in the situation where we're passing the mic, but it's fine. But yeah, continue.
No, so Chris, he's like he got to record. We had to record it for some reason. We couldn't record it on Sunday, so we ended up recording Friday night at Gas at the studio, and then I hit Royce because I told Royce that we was going to do it with him on Sunday, and I felt bad. So.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But anyway, guys, welcome to Sup Podcast, episode number 71. I am one of your hosts, Chris Cheney.
And I'm Lawrence DeLoach.
And we have a special guest in the building. Royce Wynn is here, everybody.
Thank you, man. I'm happy to be here. Royce Wynn, a longtime friend of Lawrence DeLoach, so I'm in the building.
Also, hilarious stand-up comic that lives in New York City. Check him out. You got stuff on YouTube and the website and all that? Or?
I got a web series, Bad for Love, and a weekly comedy show called Smash Comedy Show.
Smash Comedy Show, which I've done, which is amazing. And Royce, you know, I saw you tonight, and I was like, no, I saw you were at a show.
Right.
I was like, fuck it, come through, do the podcast. It's going to be love. Right now, you're wearing a pair of Concord 11s.
I fit in. I could do this.
You've always fit in, man. Come on, man. You're a Jordan guy, right? You like Jordans?
I do like Jordans, yeah.
I see you have a few. You've texted me a couple times on like decision making.
I was trying to get in the resale game at one point. And you were like, Royce, you're a fucking idiot. You're not gonna be able to get in the resale game, and you were right.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I'll join like a bunch of sneaker websites, and then
what year?
This was like 2 years ago.
Oh, dude, you're so behind.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Facebook sites and everything was just moving so fast. It was like a new algorithm for me. I couldn't jump into it.
What did you when you decided to start reselling? What was your first move? Like literally, like the idea came into your head, it hit you, and you were like, "All right, today's the day." And then, what was the first thing you did in order to start becoming a reseller?
I joined a Facebook group.
What was the name of the Facebook group?
I can't remember. It was one of the sneaker, like New York City sneaker
Buy, sell,
Facebook.
trade, like that.
Yeah,
type of shit.
one of them joints that click on your phone all day, every day.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So
Yeah.
because this is like I said, like Chris said, it was a couple years ago. Everyone is now like a reseller. I've had discussions with many people about this.
Right.
What were you trying to sell?
Jordans. Jordans was like the number one thing.
Now, were there any Jordans in particular, or what was it? Like it was just.
What did I try? I got the Jordan 9s.
Okay, so you got.
Yeah.
See that's. Well, see that's
the
what
confusion on Chris's face shows. I had no idea what I was selling.
It's really tough when you try to break in like resale, especially if you're not buying, the right model that can make you a couple dollars. Like you can end up definitely taking a loss.
I took a loss because I didn't even sell them. They were like, no.
Well, yeah, but especially like I can't think of any 9 off the top of my head that is like sellable. So wait, where did you get the 9s?
I think I got them off of like Let Go, the app or something like that. I can't remember.
So you were trying to resell a resell?
I was trying to resell a resell, yeah.
How much did you get them for?
It was cheap. I think they were used. I can't remember.
This is such an amazing story.
It's a terrible story.
No, it's fucking awesome.
Let's move on. No, just joking. Go ahead.
No, it's hilarious. No, it's so funny.
Lawrence, by the way, Lawrence, a veteran, he just walked away from me. Like he immediately knew. I had no idea what I was talking about. He was like, Royce, no, that's not. No.
It's so interesting because like in New York City, and especially in the comedy like world, like people see me and they're like, oh, you resell all the time. And I'm like, I don't resell all the time, but I know there's certain things that you can sell and certain things that like you're gonna take a loss. Like
yeah.
And I think that's when people ask me like, is it good to resell? And it's like, unless you have a clientele of like, local drug dealers or like local rappers or entertainers who will pay extra for stuff.
Right.
Like nowadays, it's really hard to sell anything unless you have like some super limited sneakers.
Right.
And if you out there getting Jordan 9s, that's yeah, bro. Yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah, it didn't last. It lasted that one time, and I retired from that.
I don't think we've ever tried to define the minimum amount of what is the minimum amount of reselling you have to do to be considered a reseller? Because I don't consider you a reseller. You know what I mean? Like you buy stuff and resell it sometimes, but like you said, when it's the hype shit. If you happen to get the hype shit, you'll resell it. But like, what do you guys think the minimum amount is to resell to be considered a reseller?
I think me personally, I think you can. It's not a minimum, but I think if you're out here just buying a pair of Jordans that you got at like Foot Action or Foot Locker and you try to resell them, there's a good chance that you're gonna end up losing money. And I think and I think you can do, like if you're. I mean, everyone's resell.
But somebody like you just keep your shoes and then you just recoup the money after a couple of years, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I could do that, or like I've purchased shoes for a couple $100s, and then I've gotten rid of them, and then I've made a couple thousand. Like it depends. It depends on the shoe.
All right.
Wait, how do we feel about the idea? So like you were just saying recoup on your money, so you're saying like breaking even kind of.
Yeah.
Right? So you're in the green. I guess a reseller by definition would have to have made more of a profit than he has spent on sneakers.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
I agree with that. I think if you're making money, I mean, but here's the thing, are you a reseller if you buy a pair? Say you buy a pair of Jordan 11s and you pay in New York City after tax $240,
Right.
and then you sell them and then you make $260, and you made a $20 profit. Are you a reseller though? That's not a reseller.
I don't think so. No.
No, I don't think so either. That's like what I said. You have to like be substantially in the green.
Right.
Like I think you have to be like
Making a profit.
You have to be paying bills with the money that you're making from reselling to be considered an actual reseller.
Like I watch videos and it's people out there that do it for a living that make.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like people will use TaskRabbit or people that they know to have people stand in line for them because you can only buy a certain amount of things. I mean, everyone listening to knows this, but you have like a limited amount of things you could buy when you're in line for stuff. It's usually one per whatever.
Yeah.
So you TaskRabbit $25 for like some 15-year-old kids to get in line for you. Give them the money, you buy like that. Is professionally,
yeah.
But the reselling game has definitely evolved in the last few years. It's not, it's not so much like getting some kid to stand online as much as it now is like, the computer game, being able to, be in these things called like cook groups, where, when Nike has the what do they call it, the pass, where and then you got to know the exact time, or you got to have, people that work at Mercer or the Off-White store, and they're like literally they're selling you're giving them money for information, or it's a different game now. So the average person who thinks like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to walk in.
Why you pointing at me, Lawrence?
No, Royce, no disrespect, Royce.
I'm so self-conscious about that.
No, don't be, bro. But
it was a bad life move. You live and you learn, right?
Yeah, you totally live and learn, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I think anyone because I would consider you a sneaker enthusiast, right? I mean, you walked in wearing, I don't know your closet, but you walked in wearing some Heat, right? And we were talking about you trying to resell. Like,
yeah.
Every sneaker enthusiast, I think, at some point tries to be a reseller.
You try to dabble, and then you're just like, oh, this isn't for me. Okay.
Yeah, because it's a different. Loving something doesn't mean you have to hustle around it.
Right.
So that's what that is. That when you're a reseller, you're less of a sneaker enthusiast and more of a money maker. Like you're a hustler. You know what I mean?
Really good knack for business.
Yeah. So I kind of consider that in two different things. But yeah, that's so funny. resell. Yo, that's fucking hilarious. What do you got?
No, I was just gonna say, man, it's dope. I mean, so you're you like wearing obviously Jordans and stuff like that. Do you feel? And I ask all comedians this. Do you feel like there's certain sneakers you don't like that you own that you don't want to wear on stage, or?
No. All my nice sneakers I wear on stage, like,
Okay.
'cause I know I'm just gonna do the show and probably hang out, get a beer, and go home. Like,
Okay.
If I'm out for the day, like running errands, I'm not gonna wear my nice sneakers because they're gonna get fucked up.
I understand. So you have what's called beaters. You have shit that you just wear to the
Right.
grocery
Yeah.
store.
My fives are beaters, which is sad. How do you keep your shoes so clean?
Oh, by wearing them once every
Right.
Like,
I fucked up. See, I'm too much. I'm an adult now.
Luckily, I don't know if you looked at what I had right there.
I did. Well, I didn't see specifically, but I saw you had a lot of shoes.
Yeah. So I have enough where I can wear them in like a month rotation. Like I could literally go 60 days and then like wear every pair of shoes I have and then hit it back. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, there's good and bad things about that because now it's like I have too many shoes and I have arguably a whole entire bedroom in New York City.
Are your bills paid though?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I'm lucky enough because I used to work at Reebok, so I'm a sample size, and when I bought them, I used to get half off. So there's a lot of box. I'm a Bach boy technically.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of box in there, but I mean, yeah. Now it's sporadic when I actually buy them.
Do you wear Reeboks?
I used to a lot. I mean, it was the only brand I wore for years because I worked there. Yeah. So, but now I have no loyalty.
When I was coming up, Reebok was like disgusting. Yeah, it was Nike and Jordan, Converse.
Okay.
And I was at Reebok was like that. I was corny.
Well, you grew up in the Maryland, like DC
DMV area, which kind of had its own style.
Yeah, phone posits were
fire. Yeah,
were used out there, and what else did people wear?
Phone posits, Jordans, New Balance.
Okay.
New Balances was super hot in the DMV.
Oh, so it's like Wale's closet, basically.
Yeah.
Everything that Wale wears is what you guys all were wearing.
Yes, 100%.
That's so fucking funny.
There's a lot of stuff that's happened in the last week. Royce, we want to get into with you.
Yeah.
I don't know, are you following the NBA or are you not?
I'm casual.
Casual.
Yeah.
All right. No, there was I
saw the trades.
Yeah, there was a big trade that took place on Thursday. It was Russell Westbrook. He was traded to the Houston Rockets for Chris Paul. I think obviously you're talking two guys who are
assholes.
Well, not so much assholes, but I mean when we talk about sports, we usually talk about it from the business. the business and the fashion aspect. Both of those guys are under the Jordan brand umbrella. So both of those guys have their own model. Well, CP3 had his own model with Jordan, and Russell has his own model, the Why Not series with Jordan.
Right.
So we always say, well, now we're gonna get different colorways and stuff like that.
Okay.
Also, another big thing that just happened a couple of days ago was the LeBron James. He had requested to change his jersey number to 6. From 23 to 6 because Anthony Davis, he was going to give him that number. But Nike, and I want to get you guys' opinion. Nike basically was like, listen, we already printed all these LeBron James jerseys, number 23. We're going to lose tens of millions of dollars. Yeah. And we don't want to lose that. Mm-hmm. I think it's bullshit, honestly, because I think Nike can, they would still make so much money if they – they'll
recoup it.
They're gonna recoup it with if they made it a number 6 LeBron James jersey.
Right.
So
it was very interesting for me to read about this shit because I don't know if you know, but I'm a designer during the day. It's like my day job.
Yeah.
And I used to make backpacks. I used to work for this brand Sprayground, and we had an NBA license.
Yeah.
And part of like maneuvering around players and stuff, the player association was if they were a free agent or if there was a rumor of a trade, we had to try and work around the colors because we didn't know where they were going to be next year.
There's the answer right there.
Yeah, but no, it's interesting to me because the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, all these guys, all the player association, like people would say this. They'd be like, you can't use the direct either colorway or the number, and then if there were like a Nike player or whatever, we couldn't use specific things because Nike wouldn't let us.
Yeah.
So they were making our lives difficult. And I was like, yes, please feel our pain, you pieces of shit. Please feel our pain. But yeah, no, it is bullshit. I think they should be able to do it. I think it's the players' right to be able to say that stuff. But then you and I have had conversations about players having too much power, which you don't think they do.
No,
I sort of think
agree
they
with Lawrence on that. I think this is the first time where players actually get to voice their opinions and be in control of their lives. Like before, you were just working for an organization that told you where to go and what to say and what to do.
I mean,
and you're making them millions of dollars and you can't say nothing?
It's crazy too. And also, so I mean, not to get off this topic, but the number thing is interesting because Kevin Durant was 35 Now he's going to be 7 on Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
But he has his whole business is called like 35 Media or something. You know what I mean? So now he has to change all of his media stuff.
Yeah, that's
everything. Well, I don't know, but I mean, like,
complicated.
Yeah. So wait, is there a significance to 6 with LeBron or anything?
6 was his number when he played for the USA basketball team, and 23 was retired by the Miami Heat for Michael Jordan. So when he went to Miami, he just went to 6. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
So that's his thing. Once again I think Nike. They're saying that they print out all these jerseys, but
I mean, if you have LeBron working for you, like, why go against LeBron? Just do whatever he wants.
You know, I don't know if I
Can
agree
you
with
top
you on that.
Do you have another option?
I agree with you on that. It's going to be interesting to see if he switches his jersey number next season, because if he changes his number again, then he goes to 6. Now Nike prints all these number 6 jerseys, and then LeBron James is going to be one of the top selling jerseys again.
Right.
I feel so bad for the factory that Nike uses, though, because like if it actually goes through, you know what I mean? You're gonna have an entire
now
factory.
The agents have to work more.
I mean, dude, Nike's got to pay out of their ass. I mean, a lot of people don't think about it, and it's interesting. Like, so.
Do you have sponsors? Okay, go ahead.
No. But it's interesting because it's like, all right, so when production's delayed or you need to rush something, and usually you would put something on a boat because that's the most affordable thing to do. It's cheap.
That's interesting.
If you air it on a plane, all that cargo, that weight, it's so much fucking money to get that stuff because they're going to want it in stores as quick as possible. No one's going to buy actually, someone might buy the old one just to have it. Just be like, oh, I got the 23 one.
They can still sell them.
Yeah, they'll still sell them, and they won't sell all of them, but it's like, but the amount of money Nike will have to pay to get those in the stores is so much money, dude. It's so much fucking money. The back end of this is so interesting. Like, I just do feel bad for that factory, though. The factory owner's going like, fuck. I have to pay these guys so much money to stay here. Usually, factory workers live in the factory, too.
Oh, my God.
The Chinese New Year is...
Do you feel any type of guilt with your profession with that?
I did it when I first started because I didn't know.
You didn't know.
As a young designer, no one really... They teach you manufacturing processes and stuff, but they don't teach you about factory life.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know that going into this. I didn't understand that they lived at the factory.
Yeah.
And then what I was about to say, so Chinese New Year is they get a month off. They close all the factories down for a month, and then that's when they go home and they all party for a month.
Oh, really?
It's kind of like Rumspringa, but like once a year they get to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's crazy, but like I'm just thinking about those dudes like because they're printing them now.
Yeah.
It's not like they stopped printing them.
Yeah.
So now they're going to have to like just, shut it down. We got to make a new 6 silk screen. We got to throw all these ones out or get them out of here. Ship these ones to like Africa like when
fuck all LeBron.
like when,
bad
all the kids that usually get the all the kids that get the Super Bowl gear are also going to have 23 LeBron jerseys too and shit. It's going to be fucking fire.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, once again, it's a business and that's on the Nike side of things. We just had Kanye drop another Yeezy yesterday. Yeah. The 350 London mark.
Mm-hmm. We've done this the past 2 weeks because we don't really know where he comes up with these names. So we try to figure out. We try to figure out what happened that day, like what did Kanye do to come up with that name. So like last week,
landmark.
He was at a landmark.
Yeah.
Lund. What is Lund though?
Let's just before we get in this, I don't try to think of it. Chris tries to think. He tries to think of names. I'm just like, listen, the colors. It's a little too much at this point. Royce, what are your thoughts on Yeezys, and do you like them, and would you wear them? And
I like the 350s for somebody in their 30s. Like they're very casual. They go with a lot of things. I like the what is it, like the space material where it feels like you're like walking on air.
Oh, the Boost.
The Boost, yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
So I like those. I didn't like the ones that came out with the bubbles that Kim was wearing. Those were
the bubbles.
They look like New Balances.
He's talking about the I think the 500s. So it's like they got the different models.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. I think that we've talked about this a few times. We talked about this a few times. I think the 300s, the 350s are they're the most not the most comfortable, but they're the model that everyone.
I think that's the best he did.
You said the bubbles. I know you're definitely talking about the 500s right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are. I think those are a lot better for women and people with small feet. I see a lot of women wearing the 500s.
Right.
They don't contain boost material, so like the 350s have the boost material.
Yeah.
And they're like more comfortable.
Right. That boost material,
It's So now let me ask you a question. Royce? You would wear Adidas? Because I know you say you wear a lot of Jordans and Nikes.
Right. I mean, I was a kid then. Now, of course, I wear Adidas.
So now you wear
Yeah.
So you own Adidas sneakers?
I do have a pair of Adidas.
What do you have? I'll put you on the spot.
Yeah.
That's all good.
I can't remember.
Okay, it's all good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Like I think
but they did have the boost material.
They did. So so probably like a pair of Ultra Boosts or like NMDs or something like that.
Yeah. Yes.
It's NMDs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's well, like I said, Ultra Boost. It's probably the boost material that Adidas created. Probably some of the most comfortable.
Yeah, it sold me. I was like, all right, I gotta fuck with this more often.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if either of you guys saw it, but I guess Kanye was seen wearing like the third version of the 350s.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see. I mean, it's just a picture of him wearing them though. So here, I'll show you. I guess I can't see any real differences other than some the
color,
like the upper being like knitted differently.
Yeah. I mean, I would wear those. It's it's still cool. It still looks good.
I have a pair of these. I've never worn them, but I put them on and they were fucking comfortable as shit. But yeah, man. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's just. It seems like the upper stitching is just different. But I don't know, Lawrence. You seen these?
Yes, I have. I have seen those. Yes.
I mean, how do you feel about it? You have any thoughts or?
I think they're. I mean, once again, they're pretty much all the same when it comes down to it.
Right.
Like he's created like these 350s that are literally. I mean, they're all pretty much the same. They just have different.
He has the McDonald's sandwich model where it's just like, hey, we added honey mustard, so now it's the
That's
honey
a funny
mustard.
way to put that shit.
Yeah, it's the same thing with shoes.
We just switched it up only slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean,
but they're fire. I give it to them. Like, it's crazy. I work with a lot of people that work in fashion, and like, they're just like, nobody really takes them seriously in fashion, but. Still, he found an avenue with the shoes that, made people go crazy for him.
Yeah. So wait, you actually earlier you called these casual shoes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Because when they first came out, they weren't casual. They were very high fashion. Well, I wouldn't say high fashion,
they were high
but
fashion?
like high-ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like being a Kanye associated shoe, they were kind of like on the upper end of fashion stuff.
Right.
But you're just calling them casual.
When I say casual, I mean like you could wear them with a dress shirt.
Oh. Okay, I see that. It's just
it's not street. It is street, but it can also be casual. Like Jordans have like moved into casual, like jeans and like a dress coat and then a blazer, or dress shirt and a blazer.
Okay. Yeah, I think
I see people wear that a lot. You guys don't see that?
No, I do. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so I think you could do the same thing with Yeezys.
Yeah, no, it was just interesting because like when they first came out, they were not casual. Like there was no outfit, no one really knew how to wear them yet, so
right.
it was you only looked ridiculous, and I wouldn't consider them casual at all. But they have moved into that casual turn of phrase, I guess.
Right.
It's just, I guess at one point did they become a casual shoe when they got flooded in the market?
When Jordans or Yeezys? I mean, I think Yeezys were always a casual shoe, but I mean, and I think the first version people definitely tried to dress them up a little bit because they were so basic.
Hot.
There was no they were hot, but there was also no branding. There was no easy supply. There was no writing on the first, so you were able to kind of dress it up. And if you had like a pair of like the black pirate black ones or the or the gray or the tan, people were dressing them up,
right.
And they were also casual. Now you just see everyone wearing Yeezys with anything, bro, whether it's sweats or whether it's it all depends on the person, because I think a lot of people can make I look at a pair of patent leather 11s, and people casual and they dress them up, they dress it down,
Right.
I mean, I think people in the past I've said people have gotten married in that shoe.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
So
yeah, no, when you just said that, it just popped in my head. That was super interesting. I mean, all these sneakers, it's like, because I don't know, these are all like they're just so weird now. It's gotten all over the place, man. But one thing I did want to talk about, because you were in Space Jams, it also reminded me too. So I saw Spider-Man today.
Right.
And if this isn't like going to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen it, but Spider-Man is wearing Air Max 1s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I thought about it, and because we've talked about movie sneakers before, and some of them are good, some of them are not. Like those are technically movie sneakers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was a moment. They made those shoes for that movie.
This is etched in our culture.
Yeah, and they created this moment for Space Jams. Now you can wear the shoe he had in the movie.
Right.
But this kid, Peter Parker, is supposed to be a kid from Queens. He's supposed to be a New York kid.
Oh, okay.
So they tried to dress him like he was from New York.
Yeah.
High school kids usually wear Air Maxes, right? And they dressed him to the part. They picked a monotone one. It was gray shades or whatever. But then after I thought about it, I was paying attention to all where Nike was in the movie because like they're the prominent brand. Like, they definitely paid for something to be in that movie.
Right.
But after I left, I was like, they just made a general release shoe into a moment. Because now if I see someone wearing these monotone gray Air Maxes, I'm like, oh, you're wearing the Far From Homes.
Right.
I just had there was just some. I don't know if there's anything to go from here.
Why are you looking like that?
Lord, I don't know. I had a thing in my mind. I do this sometimes, Lawrence. When I introduce a topic and Lawrence is like, dude, there's no reason for us to even begin to talk about
movies are selling sneakers.
No, it was just interesting to me though, because now they're part of the language that we live in. So it's like if I see someone in those shoes, I'm like, oh, you're wearing the Far From Homes, but they're general release shoes. Now the value of those has just increased, like the stock of those shoes, because we use
high schoolers.
Yeah, but now it's gone up significantly. Like those are going to resell now, and there's some general. Oh, I'll pull them up here. There's some general shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they created the Spider-Man Air Jordan 1s too. The origin, yeah. They're
What?
It's a good way to get a shoe hot is to put it in a Marvel movie.
Of course.
Yeah.
I hate you can't riff out anything with me. I hate you so much. But yeah, look, there's some regular shits. But those are gonna go for like $400 or $500 now.
I mean, these are disgusting. You like these?
No, that's not. That is not what I'm saying. But I'm saying though. I mean, maybe not $400 or $500. But I'm saying like these are gonna be like shoes now because they're in the movie.
Well, he's supposed to be like a poor kid, right? Yeah. Living with his grandfather or whatever.
Oh yeah. All right, shut up. This is gonna be an edit nightmare. No, I mean, yeah, I guess he's supposed to be a poor kid, but it's just interesting now because these are gonna be like $300 shoes at least. You know what I mean?
Think so?
Like, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't know.
Absolutely not. They will not.
Yeah,
$200.
they're so ugly.
Let me see. Okay, what's the like? Is there a colorway for them? Because I want to look. I want to see StockX real quick and then see. I want to see. Because there's no way those are hitting $300, $400.
Yeah, I mean,
and the quote the famous
kids are savvy. They got StockX and all those apps. They know. They know bullshit.
Bitch, where? Remember someone said, "Bitch, where?" I don't see that hitting. I don't see that hitting for that, man.
Nah.
It's just I mean, they're a nice. They'll help Nike move those, or people may go to Foot Locker, or people may want to get some.
So I just pulled up an article. This is from Fortress of Solitude. I don't know what the fuck this website is, but I'm going to go with it. So they're the Air Max 1, quote, Wolf Grays. And I guess they sell for $120, but they're allegedly to this news article, they're already selling out across the world. Like, people are seeking them out.
Really?
Yeah, that's what this says. Let me try to find another source. But that's what I'm saying, though. I wasn't trying to say that I like them or anything. I was just saying that, like, these, just because of this movie, these are going to become sneakers. And then, like, 5 years from now, on the anniversary or some shit, they're gonna have like
people
a special
will remember
one.
Those sneakers.
Yeah, they're gonna have like the Spider-Man Far From Home, like anniversary editions and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they'll have like a Spider-Man logo on the back or some shit.
Right. I mean,
do you find them on stock? So all right, those are I guess those are them. Yeah. So that right now they sell for $120 and on StockX they're $197.
Really?
So that's what I'm saying. Those are already a $60 profit.
Chris is right. Me and Lawrence are looking like, what?
I mean, $80 profit. Lawrence is shaking his head. I'm telling you, that's what it's just interesting, dude. They made nothing shoes into something.
Yeah, you're right.
They had a couple different Nike plugs in there, though, too. So they definitely played a pretty penny.
Right,
too.
So Nike, yeah.
I don't know if you saw this. We covered it already, but they added Air Jordan 1s to Fortnite.
Wow. So it's even the geeks are.
Yeah. Yeah. Lawrence is like
Lawrence
looking
is
at
so
his phone all
confused.
mad.
In denial.
Come on, dog.
He has an angry face right now to the audience.
No, I think I mean they came out last year, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they came out in 2000.
I'm annoyed too. I don't think this should be a part of our history. We could have got a better shoe.
Yeah.
Because I was talking with the guys I went to saw the movie with after. I think that this wasn't on purpose necessarily. I don't think they really thought about this. I thought about them paying to be in the movie. They're like, all right, we'll definitely pay Sony and Marvel to. Yeah, but I don't think. I think this is because they're nothing shoes. They're tonal gray.
Yeah.
So it was like he got
my
styled.
dad would wear to cut the grass.
Yeah, I think they when they styled him, they were like, all right, we'll make sure to get him in. I don't know, what's your favorite pair of shoes? Or like, all right, let's get him Air Maxes because most high school kids in New York wear those.
Right.
And they just got the tonal ones. Because they probably didn't want him to overpower the scene. The whole point was to pay attention to what Peter's doing, not the shoes he's wearing.
Okay.
But then us being nerds and sneaker enthusiasts and shit, they're like,
right.
those are what he's wearing, and now they become a shoe.
Yeah.
So it's just super interesting. That's what I was just thinking about today.
So the hype beast culture took over.
Speaking of shoes being in movies and going viral and shit like that, you guys saw that Disneyland fight with did you see those? Okay,
Nah.
So it was a gentleman wearing the off-white Tigers in the Disneyland fight, and now did you see that, Chris?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw the fight. I definitely saw him. Well, you're gonna pull him up for him, dude. That fight was insane.
Yeah.
It was
I'm not fighting the off-whites ever.
This dude was willing to fight anybody and everything. He was punching women.
Really?
Yeah, he punched his own girl.
Oh, snap.
I don't know what was up with this dude. But just so for the audio listeners that maybe haven't seen the fight, this guy basically like goes off. Now I think they're all his friends. They seem like they all know each other.
Their the two people who originally started fighting, the sister and brother, and then the sister spit in the brother's face, the one who was going crazy in the off-whites. And then her boyfriend started fighting each other. They started fighting, and then the boyfriend in the white shirt ended up hitting the guy wearing the off-white, his girlfriend. And then the girlfriend, their mom, Big Mama, got out the wheelchair, and then someone knocked Big Mama down, and then another lady, told the crazy guy wearing the off-white Tigers that his girl hit Big Mama, and then he hit his girl. It was like one of the wildest 4 minutes I've ever seen. But he was wearing off-white. But I want the numbers didn't increase for that. So I don't know. Maybe that's not Spider-Man, but it definitely was in a viral video, and those numbers are still down on those sneakers. So, I think I think in a year or so, people are gonna like really enjoy those. But right now, Royce, I mean, if you've seen those, I mean, they're fucking they're off-white shoes with spikes. Well, not spikes, but they have rubber spikes. And I was actually talking to a girl on the train last night, and she was wearing them, and she said they're comfortable, but the bottoms are very awkward.
Yeah,
to say the least.
I don't understand that move. It's a unique color. It's a different type of vibe. Like I can see some people that could rock it, but it's not for me.
I don't think that's for anybody. To be honest, I saw videos of those before.
I can see girls wearing it though.
Yeah, a girl could definitely pull those off.
Highlight green and.
I saw videos. I saw one video, but a person that had those before they came out. They were using them to like comb their dog.
The black and
guy was just like petting the dog with him,
yeah.
shedding the dog hair off the fucking animal
with the bottom of it.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I think I posted it too. I posted it.
Where was that? Was that in Soho? They had to be rich. You were brushing your dog with off-white.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Actually, now that off-white, I can segue to Virgil. Someone who works at Louis Vuitton shared this with me. Mm-hmm. He's making a phone game. It's like an endless runner type of game.
I mean, make that money, bro.
There's no money in here, but he shared it with me. Hold on, I'll get it. So, Royce, I'll let you try to play it real quick, or I don't know, but it's called Endless Runner. I'll put the link in the description of the episode. Mm-hmm. But they just made a video game for some reason. Like, Lawrence, play this shit. So you jump in the top left corner is jump, and then top on the bottom left corner is slide, and then you can throw like a bag. You could throw like a bag or some shit if you hit the right side of the screen. But he shared it with me, and I guess it just came out now. I don't know the point. I don't know why they made this, but they did. It's just like any game, right?
Does it have anything to do with fashion? Or?
No, it's just a Louis Vuitton game. Here, try it out real quick. Oh, wait, turn the music on real quick because they have some cool-ass music.
Yeah, there's at this point, there's nothing original that Virgil's doing. He's taking everything from something, and he is just.
I'm kind of into it.
No, it's pretty fun. I was trying to get on the leaderboard so we could have Sup on like the top 10, but I couldn't do it. It gets increasingly
harder.
Music
is intoxicating. Like you really feel like
music was fire. But I guess he's also getting sued for the name Off-White. There's a production company that has been around since the mid 90s that is just called Off-White without a dash. And now they're suing Off-White, Virgil's Off-White, because they're like infringing on the name. So it's like, dude, a lot of people are like, has he done anything original? And I posted this tweet.
Oh, y'all don't fuck with Virgil?
No, I fuck with Virgil, but it's just like, it seems like a lot of stuff that he does is he's taken from something.
I mean, Kanye's his friend, so you know.
Are you implying, sir, that Kanye hasn't had any original
Has he
thing
really done all the work on his production? No. It's like 20-year-old kids, and then he comes in and does his little zippity zap at the end.
This little zippity zap, man. I guess the only original thing that I can give him credit was to making the quotes like a thing. But then again, they're just he didn't like make quotes.
Yeah. Yeah, even with that, it's just like you just started reading old Michelangelo whatever biographies, and then you're like, this is who I am. It's like, no, that's who he was.
There's a tweet from like I think 2012 of him saying the design is like the quote unquote freshest scam.
Oh, okay.
And people have been bringing it up more and more recently. Virgil said that, not Kanye.
Oh, okay.
But it's like it's just super interesting to kind of think about that shit. It's like, oh, you haven't really thought about this seriously at all, and now like you're right, you're scamming everybody apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Oh, that shit's super weird, though.
But, I mean, that design went crazy with putting the little clear parts on the bottom of the shoe. Right?
Oh, yeah. So bouncing off the video game shit.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a rumored N64 Air Max coming out because they've done a PS4 Air Force One. From back in the day, and they have like the new one that they just did recently. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but they made a Wii version of the Air Force 2. Did you ever see that, Lawrence?
No, I haven't seen that one. We're talking to Royce about Air Max in video games, and Royce has implicitly stated that he has not played video games in 37 years. So, Royce, these are the Air Max. Okay. Nintendo 64 concepts.
These are nice.
They're nice. Do you like Air Maxes?
I do. Yeah. I haven't bought a pair, but I would.
You would? Okay.
Yeah. There's always an Air Max in the store. You're just like, yeah, that's dope. That's right.
No, totally. I think Air Maxes are.
There's never not a good Air Max around.
No, I think and it definitely fits the Nintendo 64. The scheme of everything. I'm not a big fan of like Air Max 97s per se, especially like with a lot of colors on it. But I think this definitely works for Nintendo 64, and Nintendo 64 was one of my favorite video game systems that I ever had in the 90s. So definitely nostalgic. I think that's what a lot of these like sneakers like this they do.
Right.
They bring up your fun.
How do y'all feel about that now, where it's just like everything is a combination with something else, like N64 with Air Max, or you know?
I mean, you got to realize, they got to come up with these some type of ideas to keep it like kind of like fresh.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, we make a Nintendo Air Max or a color, base color, and we make it limited, and then people go crazy for it.
Right.
It's the way things work.
It works.
I mean, it is interesting how they decide to appeal to different markets, because like early, 90s shit, video games were just becoming a real thing.
Right.
And now like they're like, oh, gamers will like sneakers. They're finding that like there's niche markets everywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas like, me noticing the Spider-Man things and then thinking about that's sort of like a niche idea.
It works for you, right?
Somewhat.
That works for me. If there's something that I like and it combines with fashion, I'm gonna wear it. Like I think that's whack when people just wear stuff like Supreme just because it's Supreme. I rather wear something that goes with what I believe in or what I'm into.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah,
like the stories and stuff attached to them.
Yeah, exactly.
So Royce, what kind of clothes do you wear? Like, what kind of brands do you like?
Nike, Adidas, right now Jordan, Under Armour.
You like Under Armour? Okay.
Yeah, Under Armour has like really good technology for like working out and stuff.
So like just like you're wearing a shirt that says Brooklyn, and is that like what brand is that, or is it?
This I got in LA at like a streetwear store.
Okay.
Like 3 years ago.
What kind of shoe?
I forgot the brand.
Okay. No, like a store. Like was it like
It was in Fairfax.
Gotcha. Okay.
On that street with all the cool stuff with Crooks.
Okay. With Crooks and Castles. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a question because we like when we bring on a guest, I always like to ask them. Are you into thrift shopping?
No.
Okay.
I feel like I don't know. I've grown out of it, and we're just like I just want something that fits nice and looks nice. Like I don't like let me try to put this together. It might not fit as well.
Okay. Well, because so when a lot of people. Not a lot of people, but people that have been on this podcast in the past.
Yeah.
Some people are like, I love thrifting because I can find steals. We've had a guest on here who found a pair of jeans for $3. Okay. Or like we've had.
Yeah, I'm not wearing that. They're gonna fall apart.
Really?
Would you do? You wouldn't.
Okay, well, I'll say this. I'm one of the people who said I'm not I don't really thrift shop.
Yeah.
I've purchased like a sweater from a thrift shop, but I just like to hear people's explanation on whether
I've done it in the
past.
past. Yeah.
Okay.
And then, once I got to a certain level in life, it's just like I'm not.
You're not thrifting?
Yeah, I'm not thrifting.
Okay.
What if I told you someone that we know, probably you know too, or at least have crossed paths another comic.
Right. Yeah.
Found a pair of Kruger SBs.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, my bad. My bad. But he found a pair of my fault too. Pause. I just touched your leg. He found a pair of shoes that resell for like $10,000, but for $30.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they in good shape?
Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive. That might make me want to thrift shop.
No, it's interesting
but that
too,
sounds like a 1 in a million thing where some idiot just didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it is. Those 1 in a million things kind of happen more often than you think. It's just because no one with the proper knowledge is in there looking at stuff. And
Do you watch those Gary Vee videos where he's like flipping and like going to garage sales?
No.
Okay.
I have no respect for Gary Vee.
Okay.
I think he's a con artist, if you ask me personally.
Probably a little bit, but some of the stuff is probably
It's
good.
just he's like the, I don't know even how to say, but like he has like this weird twisted logic where if you just give him a topic and like he'll figure out how most of the people feel about that topic in the room, and he'll just lean into that.
Yeah,
because he's definitely contradicted himself like numerous times. Of course,
yeah.
And it's
but I mean, he's got to sell people every day on Instagram, so some of that's just gonna be bullshit, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
everybody's bullshit. Sorry.
Do you have an opinion on Gary Vee?
I'm not exactly sure what Gary Vee is.
And there we have it, folks. Lawrence has laid it down. No, he's the motivational guy. He's the guy that's like, you could do it. Like the rise and grind, but professionally making money off people, scamming them like that.
He sells SB Cougars.
Cougars, yeah.
What year did he play for the Lakers? That's my question.
It does sound, it's a good basketball player name.
Gary Vee?
Gary Vee, starting at point guard.
It's hilarious.
Number 6.
Did you see? I don't know how, because you're into sneakers. I know that, but you're not like nerding out like us. But
no.
Do you know about the Safaris, like the animal print Air Maxes?
Safari, as in Nicki Minaj's ex.
They got animal print ones that this brand Atmos has made with Nike before. There's like 2 different versions of them, but now,
is that the yellow with the black lines? No.
No, I'll pull them up in a second for you to see. But right now they're about to come up with 3 different. Like a pack of them. There's going to be 3 different ones.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Have you seen these? The 3-pack? The shit. I just saw these and I was just thinking, yo, the streets are going to be crazy for like 3 months with people mixing and matching these. So
right.
Cover me for a second while I pull these up so we can look at them.
Everybody's got like a wild style here.
Yeah, they're basically Atmos. I think honestly, and I'm gonna say this, and I know this may be an unpopular opinion, but I think all 3 colors are kind of trash compared to the original Animal Pack. I'm not really a big fan of it, but it's gonna be at Complex Con, which is going to that's what he told me. Yeah, Royce, when he said it right. Yeah, they're gonna be at Complex Con or whatever, and I think if it's anything like the last couple of years, people are gonna go crazy and ruin it for people who are trying to get them. And like I said, I'm just not a big fan. What I am interested to see is the MCA Air Force Ones are going to be there as well at Chicago, and I think that is going to. I think people, and I'm not going to say people are going to get shot for these, but I feel like it's not going to end well, and I don't, So that's why I just think Complex Con is I think it's bullshit.
Have you been to one?
I haven't been to one, but I've heard so many stories from friends of mine who've gone or people who've just been there, and they're I just think that.
Yeah, so that's the 3-pack version. Oh, did you?
Oh,
say
sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all good. It's just right here, just to kind of get this over. Yeah. So there's gonna be this is the 3rd iteration of the idea, but there's 3 different shoes.
Right.
So yeah, first off, like Lawrence was saying, it's kind of gonna ruin the moment, but also it's just I hate mixed match shoes.
Right.
I hate when they're not the same, and I feel like people are gonna try to get all 3 to just wear 2 different ones at the same time.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. They're just off. This is the weird dude that I don't like that wears these. That's just I'm not really an artist, but I'm gonna try to look like one. That's what this shoe goes with. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of these.
Do you think it's because we're above the age group of this shoe?
No, you know what? It has. Honestly, I'll say this, and this is something a lot of people. Sometimes you'll see a pair of sneakers and people that's a young man sneaker. You got to be 20 to wear the sneaker.
Right,
dude. I'm in my 30s and I will still wear some of the loudest sneakers
as long as it looks good.
And just certain sneakers, I just don't. If it's executed properly, then fuck it. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Because I know that you could wear a pair of loud as fuck sneakers. Yeah. But as long as the rest of your outfit is pretty toned down,
right,
you're fine.
Like the all red shoes.
Yeah. You can wear some all red shoes, or you can wear some all blue shoes. Yeah. But if your outfit is still very toned down, it doesn't look like you're trying to be 13.
Yeah, exactly. So I agree with that.
Like I said, I'm just not a big fan of I like the original. I like there's a pair of Atmos. They're like jade blue and white and black. I love those. I like the original the animal print ones that came out last year and in the past. But these I just don't like, man. I don't like them at all.
Yeah, I kind of think because we've talked about people stores and different stuff overdoing the collab. It's you could have just left it alone on this point. Yeah. Could have just really left this one and had a classic. But now it's all right. I mean, It's weird too because younger kids might be like, this is the most amazing idea ever, or some dude who really likes cows is do I get that cow print shoe? So I don't know, but the consensus that people that I've talked to about him, they're like, yeah, dude, that's whack. But
okay, good. And you're in fashion. So.
Yeah, I know. I mean, people do whack shit all the time. There's a Russian brand that I saw called Nam Cuppy. That's what I'm assuming that the name is, but they're doing a collab with KFC.
What?
Yeah, and they're making a bucket hat, but I guess
Get out of here.
But I guess the gimmick is also it's supposed to hold your chicken. I'm not joking.
That better not sell.
But it's so how ridiculous.
A Russian brand did that?
Yeah, a Russian brand. It's
I didn't know Russians like
I never heard of them
that.
before. It's Mam Cuppy, MAM space CUPY, and yeah, I guess the whole thing is that it's got the red and white stripes. And it looks like a thick bucket hat because I looked at it. I was like, that's a ridiculous. It's like a top bucket hat. You know what I mean? It's like a top hat with a bucket. And then the idea is just yo, you could also hold your chicken, dog.
Get out of here.
Are you looking it up? Yeah, CUPY.
What is the research on that? Do they research this stuff?
I don't know, man. But that's definitely someone that was high as shit. Right. Was just eating KFC and was like, damn, dude, what if we made a bucket hat that was also doubling as a bucket?
I got it, bucket.
So you can have a bucket hat of chicken.
That is stupid.
It's stuff like that where I'm like, okay, we've gone too far.
Right.
people should not
feel fashion guilt.
Yeah, kind of. Or it's like if you have power to make decisions, don't do drugs while you make them. You know what I mean? It's so insane, dude. But like,
Lawrence is very annoyed again.
Lawrence is shaking his head real bad at him. I mean, the idea of the adding function to a garment is nice, but also, guys, don't hold your chicken in a hat. You know what I mean? It's like,
come on. Where are they selling this? This is them taking advantage of poor people again. They're like, dumbass poor people love chicken and sneakers.
Is there an image of him or anything? Lawrence is mad at this. He's like looking
He should
mad
be.
at this.
He should be.
Do you have any initial thoughts, sir?
It's just not for me, but I can see people liking it. You know, I don't know who, but someone out there is gonna like it. And
oh my God, this is embarrassing. This is what we came up with. God is like, this is what y'all came up with.
I don't know, man. This has got my vote for worst idea this year.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of bad ideas this year.
Do you guys keep a list of that?
No, but we could. New segment. We just list bad does down ideas. Bucket hat. Oh, fuck.
That should be the name of this episode. Bucket hat for chicken.
Might be it. We might have just found it.
yeah, we definitely found chicken. Yeah, chicken bucket hat, KFC hat, bucket chicken niggas, something with black people. Y'all wilding out cultural appropriation as chicken people. We gonna do something with this, and I'm all for it. Yeah. So I don't know, Royce. You Royce. You know. We always like to, make sure that the people out there listening, know where they can find you. What's your like social media handle and stuff like that?
Everything is pretty basic. It's at Royce.Winner on Instagram and Twitter, and then on Facebook it's just Royce Wynn, RYCEWYNN.
So Royce, WYNN, and then Royce Winner, ROYCE.
.WYNNER.
Okay.
At Instagram.
Awesome. Yeah, man. I mean, it's I'm gonna say this. It's always great to have someone who's funny in New York City who is into fashion and sneakers and stuff like that. Do you have any? Is there any sneaker that you have like on your wish list that if you were like?
I haven't been able to get a pair of Yeezys. I want a pair of Yeezys.
You do?
Yeah. Hook me up, dude. What size you wear?
I'm a 12.
I might do it. I'm 13.
You're 13? I mean, I'll say this. The bigger sizes seem to be not easier, but they're more obtainable.
Yeah.
Because the resellers and women love, the smaller sizes.
Yeah.
And when you're 13, the bigger sizes are also harder, but I think, you could definitely, and Kanye's said on multiple occasions, everyone's going to have a pair of Yeezys. Like, everyone, if you want a pair. Like 3 years ago, they were
super exclusive.
3-4 years ago, super exclusive. Now it's like, listen, dude, the way they release Yeezys, you can definitely get a pair. And I think you
think so?
Yeah, definitely. They're comfortable, bro.
Thank you.
Is there a specific Yeezy that you would want out of all the colors? Or dumb named ones?
I think I like the salmon. I like the black and the gray.
Nice. Okay, cool. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll just wrap this up right here. I'm at NotThatCheney on all social media accounts. NotThatCheney.com. You can check out my design work. Yeah, man. Well, Lawrence, what do you got?
I'm just LZD325 all over the place. You already know what time it is. Gang, straight up.
Thanks for having me, by the way.
Hey, man, I was about to do my outro, man. Just let me do my outro, then you can thank
us.
Sorry. Lawrence DeLoach, LZD325. Royce, it's a pleasure. Say what you want to say. Go ahead, man.
I was just going to say thanks for having me. I know you guys had to carry the load because I'm not as knowledgeable, but
let me tell you something, man.
It was fun.
It doesn't matter if you have 10 million sneakers or if you have one. If you like fashion, at the end of the day, we having a conversation. We're not here to like make you feel like you don't know anything. Seriously, like what I mean. So you
need the people's opinion.
Yeah, you just in general, man. Like and we love having you on, and you're always welcome back here, bro. And I guess that's it. We out, Chris, or you got?
Yeah, no, thanks for coming, man. Like anytime, like Lawrence is saying, it doesn't matter if you care about fashion and sneakers, then you're a part of the conversation. You know what I mean?
Thanks,
I also
bro.
did want to have a side shout out note because I started noticing that Hypebeast is giving li-ning their own posts about releases. So, oh wait, hold on.
Jesus Christ, Chris, go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying they went from no coverage when I was saying let's pay attention to this brand to now they're getting their dedicated posts. Doesn't seem like they're paying for them either.
I'm falling asleep on you. Okay.
I'm just thinking of a little shout out. But no, that's it. All right, guys. Sup Podcast NYC on Instagram. Sup Podcast NYC at Gmail. Email us and we'll answer your questions on air.
Yeah. Also, give us 5 stars on iTunes, and just review us. Holler at us, send us messages, tell us you love us. We out.
Yeah. Check out the subreddit and just like us. Whatever. Thanks, guys. You guys are the fucking best fans ever. We appreciate you.
Peace.
All right, guys, leave us a review, 5 stars, and let us know what your favorite sneaker silhouette is.
The duck is cold.